Hi, my name is Russell Stannard. This is teachertrainingvideos.com, and in this very quick video I will show you why Google Forms is so useful to both teachers and students. I present and train teachers all over the world, and whenever I present Google Forms I often get that reaction, teachers coming up to me, students coming up to me and simply saying, Russell, I had no idea that this is what we could do, or that's what you could do with Google Forms. So sit back, watch these videos, and I promise you in the next 5 minutes you will learn exactly why Google Forms could be so useful to any teacher or student. Okay, so I'm logged into my Google account and I'm going to come down to my Google Apps, and where you will find your Google Forms is in your Google Drive. So I'm gone to my Drive, and your Google Drive very much looks like the folders on your computer. So I've got obviously lots of different folders that I've created with different Google Docs and different Google Forms inside them. What I want to quickly show you first, let me show you an example of a Google form that I've created. That is basically a series of questions, multiple choice questions, radio button questions, etc. that I created, and I've got an example here for you. Okay, so let's have a quick look at this and let's just see what you can see is that I created here a sort of questionnaire to get some information from some teachers that I was going to be training in France, and so I sent them all these questions. So I quickly created this using Google Forms, which literally takes me just a few seconds, and then afterwards what I did once I'd created the questionnaire is that I simply sent this link to the students, or to the teachers actually, so that they could then answer the question, so they could answer them remotely. So I sent it as an email and they then answered the questions. Now look here, I've got 23 responses. I can actually see a quick summary of those responses from those teachers, and the amazing thing is that Google Forms puts it all into a nice little summary here. I can see how they answered the first question, I can see how they answered the second question, and if the information is in a sort of statistical form, then it even creates a graph for me. Okay, so if you're trying to gather data from your students, perhaps it might be feedback at the end of the course, perhaps it's information about their past studying, perhaps it's information about what they're looking for from the course, all sorts of things. You can simply create questionnaires, create surveys, gather the data. You don't have to do any work once you've created the questionnaires, because all of that information will be summarized when the students answer the questions. Now the great thing about Google Forms is of course that the students can make these forms as well, and in fact that can be really useful. So if the students want to gather data, or the students perhaps want to do some sort of survey or questionnaire to share amongst the other students in the class, then that is a great, or Google Forms is a great tool for doing that. So you can see immediately the power of Google Forms and how easy it is to gather data. For example, you could do an activity where the students create a questionnaire, they gather the data, and then afterwards they analyze the results and write a report. So really useful in terms of them learning the skills that would be involved in actually producing the questionnaire, sharing it with the other students in the class, getting the data back, and then writing a report based on the information that they've gathered from the questionnaire. Very quickly now, just really quickly, I'm going to show you how to make a form. So let me quickly show you how you can create a form, just to see how easy it is. I'm logged into my Google Drive. You need to go to your Google Drive, okay? When you come into your Drive, obviously at the beginning you're not going to see all these different folders, etc., because you'll just be starting off. But all you need to do is click on New, come down, click on Google Forms, and basically a form will open up, and you can just start adding questions to your form. Now it's a good idea to give your form a title first, so I'm just going to click here and we'll call it Teacher Training Videos Form, and then I can just start adding the questions, and there's all sorts of questions I can add. By default it puts the first question up onto the screen, and of course there's all different types of questions I can do. Text box questions, paragraph text if I want more than just one word for one sentence for the answer, multiple choice, checks boxes, scale. Let's just quickly do a multiple choice one. So for example, if I ask the question, what what is the capital of England? Just really showing you, just to show you how easy it is to do. Then I can choose my options. I'm going to put London, and then I'm going to put Paris, okay, and Madrid. And that is literally it. Now I can add another question. To add another question, I just come down to add item. I'll show you a completely different type of question. Let's do an advanced one called scale. So this question, what I'm going to put is, for example, do you like Google Forms? Okay, so that's the question. And then I can have a scale from no, comma, not at all, to a scale of love it. Okay, and again I've created another question. Then I could add a third question. So come to the here, and let's say for example we're going to just do one with text. So question could be asking someone their email address, their name. What is your name? I'll just put that as the question, just very quickly, and people will then write in their answer. Done. Let's have a quick live view of the questionnaire that we've created, so we can click here and see exactly what that questionnaire looks like, and there it is. Okay, with a scale of 1 to 5. We're a choice question here. I should have put a question mark, sorry, and put your name there. Very, very quick, very easy to do. And then what about when you want to share that with students? Well, just click here and just share that link, or email students if you want. If you've got their email addresses, add their email addresses here, click on the done button, and they will be sent an email with a link. When they click on the link, they can complete the questionnaire. When you want to analyze the data, once you've done the questionnaire and sent it to your students, the number of responses will increase here. Eventually you can click on responses and just simply click on summary of responses, and you will be able to see the graphs and information all created by Google Forms. That's why it's such a fabulous tool, and I really, really like using it. Now, if you want to learn more about Google Forms, please come to teachertrainingvideos.com. When you come to the website, you get a newsletter. You're welcome to sign up to the newsletter. I send you information each month about the new videos that I've made, and also information about any workshops I've run. But if you don't want to sign up to the newsletter, just click there. Come onto the page, and where you want to go is to click on Google Forms, or sorry, click on Google. When you come to the Google section, you'll see that there is an introduction to the excellent Google Forms. If you look down, you'll see introduction to other Google products as well. Click on those videos and it will take you through Google Forms in more detail. One little tip, let me just stop the video, is make sure that when you play the video that you click here to watch in full screen. It's a much more enjoyable experience if you can see full screen rather than on this screen here. Thank you very much, and I hope that was useful.